Hello.
Hello, is this Saidar Reddy?
Yeah, Saida Reddy speaking.
Yeah, hi Saidar. So this is Divyendu and Ashwin. We are calling from Dell R&D Bangalore.
Yes, tell me.
So your telephonic interview is scheduled now,
Yes,
right?
yes, it got scheduled right now.
Okay. So can we speak now?
Yeah, we can go ahead.
Sure, sure. So let's get started and yeah, start with introducing yourself.
Yeah, yeah, I have 3+ years of experience, 3 years, 10 months experience as a Devops engineer. In that,
Mm-hmm.
initially I started my career as a build and release. So now I'm
Mm-hmm.
taking care of end-to-end everything from deployment, everything I'm taking care of this one. So in this 3 years of 10 months, 3 years 10 months of experience, I have worked on different DevOps tools like version control systems, Git, GitLab, Bitbucket. I have worked and the build tools Ant and Maven mainly I have worked on and Ant for dotted projects I have used and also Sonar Key source code quality management tool I have used and also the Nexus JFrag as the artifact repositories, Jenkins as a continuous integration tool, and I have worked on Travis also. I have worked on. And Tomcat and Wildfly I have as application servers I have used, and also the Wildfly and Ansible I have used the deployment tool. Upon code UCD and Ansible is the deployment tools, and Docker is the container management tools.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then
Okay.
New Relic is a monitoring tool. Okay, so these are the tools I have configured in all the Linux environment. So I am very good in Linux. Okay, and shell script I have created many shell scripts for automation deployment purpose. Okay, and monitoring some of the resources, server resources. So I am good in. So these are the tools I have mainly worked on in my experience. And coming to roles and responsibilities, so from newly onboarded projects from scratch, I'm doing all the GitHub administration like creating the repositories, creating the organization, creating the teams, and providing the access to that one, and creating the jobs in the Jenkins CI/CD pipelines, creating this one, integrating any new software, installing
Okay.
as per, and already existing projects I'm supporting if any build related issues are working. So I'm working with the development team and I'm fixing that one. So if any access related issue in the Nexus or F, I'm fixing that one for user level. Like, so and also and I'm a senior person. So I'm if any new junior resources are joining in my team, I'm giving the knowledge transformation for them. Okay, the standards which we are following and that all the tools. Yeah, these are the myself.
Okay. So in your current project, you are using Docker for containerization, right?
Yes, yes, correct.
Can you explain a bit about how Docker you are using?
So Docker is a containerization. Just it is you can develop and you can build and you can package that one and you can deploy into any of the environment. So in my current project, so we are using multiple these services. So for each services, microservices, we're creating one Docker file. What it will do, it will create a build artifact with help of that build tools Maven. And after
Mm-hmm.
creating that build artifact, we are packaging using this Docker file. We are converting the Docker file into that Docker image. In that Docker image, it is containing like that is var file. Along with that var file, all the dependency var files, and also it is software. Like suppose we are deploying into that wildfly. So everything we are converting that all the Docker file to the Docker image, and we are deploying into that Docker swarm. So we are providing like clustering for that particular application. So for this one, I have used the Docker.
Okay. So, in your current project means you are responsible for creating the Docker files?
Yes, yes, I am responsible. I only created the Docker file.
Okay. So can you tell me how we can actually put an instruction in the Docker file, like whenever I will run the Docker image,
Hmm.
this is my starting point.
So for that one, you can use the CMD command. CMD command and whatever that instruction if you want to execute,
Mm.
it will execute that one. Using the CMD command, we can achieve that one.
No, I'm saying in the entry point means whenever I will run my Docker image, this is the starting point. This is the script it should execute first. So how I can mention it in my Docker file?
So for that one, we'll use that entry point also. So using entry point, that
Hmm.
command is there. Entry the Docker keyword. So using that that entry point
Hmm.
keyword, we can mention which one, which script or which command you have to execute first. We can achieve that one.
Okay, okay. So, say for example, my host system OS is Ubuntu, okay,
Okay.
and I want to run a different flavor of Linux in my container. Is it possible?
So your host operating system is Ubuntu. Yes.
Ubuntu, yeah, Ubuntu or any OS,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Yes.
Hmm.
See that
Hmm.
Docker. What it will do? You
Yeah.
have to install the first in that Ubuntu software. Ubuntu. Suppose I'm using the Windows machine as my host operating system. First,
Okay.
I have to install that Docker engine so that you can on top of Docker engine you can run any of the operating systems. As a base,
And
suppose if you want to, suppose I am using mainly the CentOS and Red Hat operating system images. So
okay.
we are deploying this all Docker engine. We are using all these the Docker images we are deploying in the Linux operating system. So there I have installed the Docker engine. So there you
Hmm.
can run all the different Docker images. It will be run in the different operating systems also.
That's fine. So, means where actually I will mention this
So
particular
in the
line.
Docker file, first
Hmm.
line you have to mention from that image you have to mention that base image from give that
Hmm.
CentOS 07 means CentOS operating system 7 version. It will take
Yeah.
that base version, base image from that Docker hub. So
Mhm.
we are using our own trusted Docker trusted registry. So from there it will download that one. On top of that one, whatever that remaining keywords that it will execute. So run keyword I have used, run command that Docker run keyword I have used for executing that Docker for creating the Docker image formation. Like that many I have used that one. So first you have to use the from keyword. With the help of that from keyword, we will take that base image. On top of that one, we can create that Docker image.
Okay. Okay. So, what is the difference actually between a uh, Docker repository and a Docker registry?
So Docker registry is used for storing. So that whatever the hub that Docker is a Docker hub. So that is the
Okay.
public one.
Hmm.
Okay. So and Docker registry is for just for we are storing images, Docker images.
That is repository or registry?
That is a registry.
Okay. And what is the repository?
So in that registry,
Hmm.
so we are maintaining all the whatever that available images.
Okay. Okay.
So see
Hmm.
this mainly that the Docker trusted registry we are maintaining. My own company is maintaining. There we are maintaining all our images, our own images. In the
Okay.
Docker Hub, we are already some predefined existing images are there. Suppose I'm using the CentOS. That is the official CentOS image. So there, from there, I will get it.
Okay. So, you are aware of the tagging, right? Docker image tagging.
Yes. Suppose if you want to, suppose I have developed one image. It is
Hmm.
in my local machine. Okay.
Hmm.
So I want to push that one into the some Docker hub. So my company have its own Docker hub. So first what I have to do, first I have to find that particular image ID. Okay. And first
Hmm.
I want to create a one repository in that Docker hub. Okay.
Okay.
So that repository, Docker repository. So there I will create repository and I will take that one and using Docker tag and that repository name I will give. So that that particular image I am mapping with that particular repository so that it will once if you execute a Docker push that repository name automatically whatever that image it will from your Docker local engine to it will push to that Docker hub.
Okay, fine. So, what are the different states a Docker container can be in?
Sorry.
What are the different states a Docker container can be in?
So it will be in the excited. Excited means it is a stopped one or it is running.
Okay. So only two
So
states, running or exited, right?
see, if it is excited means, so it will
Hmm.
be like stopped. So if it is running means it is a running state, and while creating, you can it will be creating state. So
Hmm.
if you run image Docker run that image name, so automatically what it will do, Docker daemon will create the container that is a created state. So once it is created, okay, so it will be the
So,
creating state.
1 minute, 1 minute. So when I will run the command docker run,
Hmm.
so that time the state will be created,
Yes, yes. So automatically Docker image will create. The Docker container will create.
not image, container.
Container will create. Yes, container
Yeah.
will create.
Okay. Okay. So this is
So
created
and
state.
it will go to the running state again.
Hmm.
Okay, then it will be sometimes if you want to stop, Docker stop, the container ID can give, automatically it will come. Again, if you use the Docker start and container ID, automatically it will start that container. So it will go to the again running.
So say for example, um, I'm not sure you have experienced it or not. Like there is a post command also, means post state also. Like you
Yeah,
can
father
pause.
state also is there. So that time all the your processes, whatever running process in that particular Docker container, it will be paused in that one.
Correct. So say for example, I want to remove a post Docker container. Okay,
Okay.
is it possible? How I can actually?
So you are mentioning the whatever the container which is the state of the paused container, you want to delete it.
Yeah, I want to remove it. Yes.
Yes, we can go ahead and just Docker rm -f, okay,
Hmm.
and you can use the container ID or container name. Automatically, it will delete from your Docker engine.
Even though it is in post
Yes,
state.
even it is in the, any state also, you can delete that one.
Okay.
But
Cool.
you have to use the -f. Forcefully, you have to delete that one.
Okay. Okay. Forceful, you're saying.
Yes,
Okay.
forcefully.
But what is the recommended state actually if I don't want to
Recommended state, first you have to
gracefully?
stop. You have to stop, and you have to delete that one.
Okay. Okay, fine. So, you have any experience in Docker Swarm?
Yeah, Docker Swarm, I have experience on that one because I have created that Docker Compose with the help of
Okay.
the Docker Compose file. I have created multiple instances of same application I have deployed because providing the high availability.
So, what are the different types of nodes a Docker Swarm will have?
Sorry, Docker.
Different type of nodes in a Docker Swarm.
So mainly I have used that just Docker Compose file. I have used in that Docker Compose file. I have mentioned uh, whatever that services available. So just I
No,
have mentioned all these things.
no.
So
I want to know the different type of nodes in a Docker Swarm. Docker Swarm is collection of multiple
yes,
nodes, right? Systems.
multiple
Yeah.
nodes. Yes,
Yeah.
just if you
So I
want to
want to know. Yeah.
yeah, if you
Yeah.
want
Tell
to
me.
display that one, just Docker node ls if you type, it will display how many nodes are there.
Correct.
So
So what are
there,
the different types of node?
okay, master and slave nodes are there.
Master and
Uh, no, slave has nothing but node.
okay, okay. So currently
That
in your
manager,
Docker,
actually manager node or running node.
mm, so currently in your Docker Swarm, how many manager nodes are there, and
Only one manager node and remaining all are running nodes.
how many worker node?
Worker nodes, so three nodes.
3 nodes. Okay. Now, say for example, one service which is in execution. If I want to, if I remove it from manager, then what will happen across the cluster or Swarm?
So it will try to actually whatever the first will mention later. So in the, while creating that Docker swarm, we'll
Mm.
mention how many worker nodes and how many manager nodes. So
Mm.
and we'll create that network also. So here overlay network will create and it will one another each other. It will pinging each other. If any one thing goes wrong, immediately it will try to get that backup that one. So using that auto scale,
Mm.
you can fetch one. Suppose you have created five worker nodes, and your traffic is more on that one, and automatically then you can execute one command. Automatically that auto scale is equal to 6 or 7. Automatically it will increase two more nodes.
So two more nodes.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. So say for example, in my current cluster,
Mm.
okay, I want to add a new worker node.
Mm.
So how I can actually using that auto scale I can?
Auto scale you can achieve that one.
Okay, that's the only way to add a new worker node in my Docker Swarm.
Yes.
Okay, fine. And any monitoring Docker Swarm monitoring tool you have in your?
Docker monitoring.
Hmm.
I'm not sure, but I have used that just a Docker top command for the container. I have used it for monitoring that container, how many this one process are running, and how many the top command also used. But for other external, I have used that New Relic as a monitoring tool. I have used it.
So for example, a node is down in your current cluster. So currently there is only manual intervention, right? There is no intelligence or alert mechanism in place.
No, actually, see, if you create that Docker swarm, so first of all, it will that manager and worker nodes will establish the connection, right? So manager node is keep on monitoring, and it will if anything something goes wrong, it will automatically it will get that another instance.
So yeah, just clear this thing. So manager will give you an alert here or what? What
Yeah,
you are saying?
manager node automatically it will know.
It will automatically?
Knows that one. See, because while creating that worker nodes and we are
No. Just a minute. Manager knows that's a different thing, okay?
okay.
And having the alert mechanism so that I can go and take the necessary action, that is different now. So
That one monitoring I didn't configure that one.
Okay. Okay, fine. So say for example, in my current system, how many Docker container is in running? How I can check that? What is the command?
So for that one, if you execute Docker PS, it
Hmm.
will give that all the running containers it will give. But if you want to know all the containers, maybe it's like stopped containers, you can use the Docker PS-A or Docker PS-all. That using option you can find it even stopped containers as well as.
Okay. And if I want to, say for example, for a running Docker container, I want to execute an interactive bash shell,
Okay.
then what is the command?
So for that one, Docker run -i, okay, in the interactive mode, and -t terminal, give that image name.
Docker run is for if I want to run a container from image.
Okay. So for container, you are asking container. So first you can that container should be in the starting. It should be running. So if it is not running, just you can start that Docker start that container ID or container name. Then Docker exe and that container ID and give /bin/bash.
Okay, fine.
So without suppose if you, that is without connecting to that one. Suppose if you want to Docker attach and you can go inside that one there whatever you want you can execute in that Docker container.
Yeah, you are aware of Docker APIs, like how I can actually means. I'm not actually considering the CLI here. So
Okay.
any CLI thing, if I want to execute using any API, that is also possible in Docker. So you ever implemented anything?
Docker API
Yeah.
through CLI.
Yeah, means any CLI thing I can actually implement or execute via Docker API. So for example, I want to delete a service, I can do it using CLI,
Okay.
or even actually I can execute the same using Docker API. So are
Docker
you aware of
API,
Docker
no,
API?
Docker API I didn't have, maybe it is there, I didn't get a chance to work on that one. Maybe definitely if it is there, definitely I will go through. I'm not aware of that Docker API, how, so that is API, how we can delete the service, I don't know.
Okay, okay. No, that's fine, not an issue. So, like, say for example, means you are only creating the Docker files,
Yes,
right?
correct. Correct.
So, tell me, like, if you ever experienced, like, there is a big change in the dependency, like, we manage all the dependencies in the Docker file, right? So, say for example, there is a change in the dependency. Then what will be your approach?
So what type of dependency I'm not getting here? Can you explain me?
Dependency, say for example, I have an application, okay,
Okay.
and that application actually using MySQL database,
Okay.
and
Okay.
now for my next release, I have seen some problem in MySQL, and I have decided to move to Oracle. So definitely there is a dependency change. So when I will deploy my next build in the QA environment as a Docker, what will be my approach? Should I change the Docker file, or should I go to the QA server and install the dependency?
No. First, what you have to do, you have to change the Docker file, and you have to verify in the Docker first dev environment. First, you have to everything whatever you are doing the changes in the Docker file or whatever the shell script, whatever it may be. First, you have to execute in the dev environment. Then it is working fine. Then we will move to that QA environment. Once it is working in the QA environment, then we will move to the production environment. Like that, I am following.
Okay. Okay. So apart from Docker, so you are interested in any scripting skills. So you have any experience?
Yeah, I'm very good in this shell scripting, and I have knowledge in just Python, but I didn't get a chance to work on Python because whatever we are going to achieve through this Python, we are achieving the shell script. So I didn't get a chance to requirement on working on that Python. If you have requirement, definitely I will implement Python as well as.
Okay. So you told you have knowledge in Python. So what are the things you know in Python?
So just Python is object oriented here also, that all the data types, so all the this one collections it is there. So yeah,
So you
that
worked on any Python script?
no, I didn't work on. That's what I didn't get a chance to work on that one.
Okay.
So I have knowledge on Java also. So definitely I can. If you know the Java, it is very easy. That Python also object oriented programming. Definitely I can. If you give 1 week time, definitely I will explore and I will implement whatever I can to achieve through shell scripting.
Okay. So you know, like, what are the data types that is Python is going to support?
Python data types actually, so it will be string, it is there. So I have tuples, it is there. Okay. So mainly I have gone through that one. But like if you know that Java, I'm very good in Java, so that's why I'm very good in that. So like same int, float, all these things also is there. So
Okay.
Boolean
If I
main.
say a Python script, can you read that what it exactly is written in?
Definitely. If you give that one, I will explain you whatever that Python script.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you have good experience in shell scripting also, right?
Yes, I am good in experience in shell scripting.
Okay. So normally, what all shell scripts you have executed means for what all purpose? Any automation purpose?
Yeah, for deployment automation purpose. So we are one of the application we are deploying in the IBM cloud. So for that one, deploy.sh, I have written one shell script. So what I have written there, so using some Cloud Foundry command tools, that Cloud Foundry commands. So I have connected to that IBM cloud, and I have deploying, and here I have used many command line arguments. And also I have used here question mark, dollar question mark. So we are using here if condition before executing that if condition, first we are checking. So previous command execution is successful, then only we are going to deploy this one. So like that, I have used multiple command line arguments, symbols, everything, and all. So and we are executing. We are expecting minimum five inputs for that one. Execute deploy that sh. So here I have used the if dollar hash symbol equals 5, then only we are allowing him to execute that one. Otherwise, in the else condition, we are displaying that echo. Minimum, we have to pass 5 arguments to this one. Like that, we are giving the user message to the user. And also, I have written one data backup.sh for taking all the backups. So, worked with that DBA guy. So, I have created one template. So, just we have to pass 2 arguments for that one database name and DB backup location. So, that is a generic data backup.sh script file. We have to pass the DB name. So, and backup location automatically, whatever the DB name we have passed, it will automatically take that one backup.
Okay. Okay.